Hi y'all, it's Suzy. Welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, you're probably thinking about doing travel nursing. Curious to see if it's still worth it. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about whether or not it's worth doing travel nursing, and I will talk about the current state of travel nursing. If these topics interest you, then keep on watching. But before I start, I gotta go get a haircut, so let's talk about why travel nursing pay has decreased. There's two reasons. First reason, it's probably obvious, but COVID hospitalization rates have declined. So what does that mean for travel nurses? Well, if COVID cases have declined, that means less people are going to the hospital for COVID. That means you don't need as many nurses to take care of these patients. So there's a less demand for travel nurses. If you look at this New York Times statistic tracker, you'll see this right here somewhere. Here it is. You'll see this little spike here was about like 1 million cases or so in the beginning of January, I believe. Right here, if I can find it. It was January 18. There you go. 1.2 million new cases in the beginning of this year. And then if you look over to June 13, 2022, new cases are about 125,000 cases for the 13th of June. So you can see it's dropped off quite a bit. Will there be another surge? We don't know, but I mean, my advice for you, if you're looking into travel nursing, now is not a great time to go into it. Maybe just keep watching the news and see if there's another surge and then jump into travel nursing. I believe that's when it's worth it. The second reason why travel nursing pay rates have declined is simply because the funding has been cut off from the government. Hospitals are not getting the COVID relief funds anymore to help with the travel nursing staffing wages. $178 billion was allocated to U.S. healthcare facilities to help with the PPE and, of course, to pay for travel nurses. So the current state of travel nursing right now, today, June 13, 2022, pay rates average about $3,100 a week. And also, you have to take into account hospitals are also playing games right now. They're cutting the pay, maybe mid-contract. So I think they're trying to lure in the travel nurses with, like, you know, like, here, if the contract is like $4,000 a week, they'll lure in the traveler, and then they'll sign the contract, and then like maybe 4 or 5 weeks in, they'll start slashing the pay rates. And in a way that kind of holds the traveler or the travel nurse, it puts them in a very awkward situation, because chances are the travel nurse has already signed a month-to-month lease with an apartment or Airbnb, and chances are they've already paid the monthly rent at the beginning of the month. And so if mid-contract the hospitals have cut the traveler or offered a pay cut, then there's a high chance of the travel nurse staying on so that they don't lose money. They don't lose rent money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't lose money on housing. So, my advice for you, if you're thinking about travel nursing today, it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth the headache. Just with all the pay cuts and possibly getting canceled due to the budgeting of the hospital, it's just not worth it right now. If there's another surge, a COVID surge, then maybe look into it. Maybe I would start with, if you're seriously thinking about it, I would start with going to like a nursing staffing agency and start putting an application, and then just keep watching the news and see if there's a surge, and then it'll just be easier for you to get a contract that way if you already have if you're already credentialed and you have your application in with the nursing staffing agency. So it's just easier. So I would say wait it out a little bit, and yeah, don't do it right now. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the stress. I mean, yeah, the average rate is like $3,100 a week or so, but you have to take into account housing and food, groceries. Again, remember, you're duplicating expenses. You're paying mortgage at home and you're paying rent wherever you are going to. So yeah, just something to think about. Hospitals still need nurses, so don't get me wrong, they still need nurses. They still need travel nurses, just not as much as before. Obviously they prefer staff nurses because from a financial standpoint they're cheaper than travel nurses. So yes, there are still contracts out there, but just be careful if you do decide to go to do travel nursing at this time. Just be careful with the pay cuts and the uncertainty. If you do decide, just make sure you have a backup savings, at least 3 months worth of savings in your account, just in case. Just from experience, just having to settle in and then pay rent, go grocery shopping, things like that, paying the mortgage back home or paying rent back home. Just good to have a little safety net. So that's my 2 cents. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.